Hello. It's Shannon. Welcome to Shannon's house. It is a rainy day in the New England region of the United States of America, and I wanted to do record collection videos, so that's what I'm doing right now. I have a lot of records and a really limited amount of storage on my really shitty phone camera, so I'm going to go very fast. I'm going to do my favorites first, and then I'm going to do a little chronological thing, starting with the most embarrassing ones and ending with the ones that I'm listening to now, which are going to be embarrassing in 2 years. So, some favorites, all-time favorites, and whoop. Alrighty. So, my first favorite is The Earth Is Not a Cold Dead Place by Explosions in the Sky. So I have a really hard time with like feeling emotions. It's always come like, I'm not super empathetic and nothing really moves me, but for some reason, Explosions in the Sky is one of those bands that like I have to listen to. I have the attention span for, and makes me feel everything. This is not lyrical music, this is post-rock, instrumental. I came across these guys by accident, but vinyl form is the way to experience Explosions in the Sky. And I really, really appreciate them. I also have All of a Sudden I Miss Everyone and The Wilderness. I'm trying to collect all of them, but Explosions in the Sky records are so expensive, so it gets kind of hard. I only buy like 1 or 2 records every couple months because I just don't really have the money for it because I'm a broke teenager. We have 4 by Bad Bad Not Good. Really great art in the inside here. I guess you would think of Bad Bad Not Good as new jazz. I really like them because it really combines a lot of the things that I enjoy in my music and certain experimental elements with the stuff that I grew up on, which is jazz. One of my friends introduced me to them, and I was looking up to them a lot at the time, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll listen to Bad Bad Not Good, and then I realized that, hey, even if I'm thinking for myself, I still enjoy them. So we have Bon Iver's self-titled album, and this wonderful art, so great. I love it so much. I feel like if I wanted to channel my entire personality and aesthetic into album art, it would look like this, and I love it very much. It reminds me of home. I really enjoy all the tracks on here. It's another one that you should listen to chronologically because it's really nice ambient. You can tell that he spent a lot of time making this. Minnesota, Wisconsin is great. First one I heard on this, and it's just wonderful. All sorts of stuff. Alrighty, Rue. Sufjan Stevens, Carrie and Lowell. If you don't listen to this during the fall, then who are you? Sufjan Stevens has a great reputation and he's still underrated. Absolutely wonderful. I really like Eugene, mostly just because I really love the city of Eugene. All of these are good standalone songs. 10 out of 10 would play all of these songs in a row at an open mic with my acoustic guitar. Last favorite, unless I find another one randomly and then I will scream and yell because I haven't found it. Beach Fossils, Somersault. This came out in June of this year, and I already liked Beach Fossils, but this was their most comprehensive pop album. It's really great. This is the indie record store exclusive red vinyl. This is the album that I got my friends into Beach Fossils with, so if you're trying to convert somebody, then I would definitely use that. So moving on to some 20th century music. Oh, I have a Pink Floyd wall calendar. Yep. I do have Dark Side of the Moon, but it is downstairs, so I cannot get it. But Dark Side of the Moon totally robbed me of all my money when I bought it. Let's see. We have the soundtrack to FM. It's got some Boston, Eagles, I love the Eagles, Dan Fogelberg, Steely Dan, Petty and the Heartbreakers, Queen, Billy Joel, such a good stuff. Let's see, we have Dexter Gordon. One of the things that my dad drummed into my head at an early age. This is very old and very fragile, so I don't usually handle this very often. We have the original soundtrack to Godspell. Not that 2011 shit, we have 1970 something Godspell. The original Godspell. I recently saw my school's production of Godspell, which is also wonderful. I'm not religious, but Godspell is the best. Stan Getz. Wonderful saxophone music. This is another thing that my dad drummed into my head, but I was very, very alright with that. This is the record that my parents fell in love over, so that's really cute. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. It's actually not in here at the moment, it's actually on my paper right now. This is a jazz album you have to have if you have jazz albums. Like Dan Fogelberg and Tim Weisberg. I have to express very loudly how much I love this album because these guys collaborated, I think, twice. Once in the 70s and once in the 90s, and it's like folk music with flute, with a little bit of rock. It's called Twin Sons of Different Mothers. Their 1990 something album is called No Resemblance Whatsoever. That's another thing from my childhood. Do I have any other 20th century things? I do not believe so. So this one came out in 2000. This is United by Phoenix. That's technically the 20th century. I think this is one of the first records I ever bought. I love Phoenix. And this is their French Touch original album, like Phoenix and Daft Punk, you know. Probably have no idea what I'm talking about. If I ever feel better, I would play this, play the bass to it, move the needle, play the bass to it again, move the needle, and that's how I would practice, because I could just blast it through the speakers. I have two Front Bottoms records, Talon of a Hawk in the Front Bottoms. High quality, actually low quality, but high quality to me. These are not the albums that I listen to around my parents, but they're like, what is this trash? I just appreciate them a lot. So, great art as well. I feel like I like them like 50% for their art and 50% for their like interesting, blunt lyricism. Along the getting more and more DIY line, I have Next Thing by Frankie Cosmos. I love Frankie Cosmos because, first of all, this wonderful insert. And second of all, she like writes jingles. Like, she writes songs and they're good songs. But they're earworms. Like, she has a knack for earworms, and I know that there's a lot of controversy about the fact that her parents are famous and that's kind of how she got where she is, and I totally get that because she probably wouldn't be as well known and not have as many opportunities, but I feel like she is kind of a blessing. And it's really great that this album exists and I can listen to it, so, you know, what happened happened. If you have an opportunity, then I feel like you should take it. Catfish and the Bottlemen, The Ride. I also don't listen to this super often because this was kind of my very, very angry phase of the summer of 2015 where I was like, or was this 16 or 2016? Where I was just like, I'm gonna be problematic all the time. Let's see. I have this wonderful painting of Frank Sinatra on a record that I bought at a thrift store. See, we have two older records, Bastille Haunt and 21 Pilots. These are two of my first records, I think. These are a long time ago. I don't listen to either one of them, mostly because they're both really horrible pressings. Walk the Moon Record Store Day exclusive, You're Not Alone live at the Greek. Live album, great. The Strokes, Is This It? This is a classic to me because, you know, I was born in 2001, but, you know, this is the same age as me. Still bopping all over the place, and I really love it. Soggy Po Boys. If any of you are watching this, I spin this all the time. New Orleans type jazz. Modern Vampires of the City by Vampire Weekend. I have their poster hanging up on my wall. High quality band, high quality music. I was very much like coffee drinking, Oxford wearing Vampire Weekend hipster for about 2 days. Alt J, An Awesome Wave, and Alt J, This Is All Yours. I am in love with Alt J. This is my drawing music. This is my falling asleep music, but this is also my I feel good about myself music. 10 out of 10. My parents think they're weird, but you know. Courtney Barnett, sometimes I sit and think, sometimes I just sit. Wonderful Pink. I think this was for breast cancer awareness. I don't really remember. Either way, Bubblegum Pink. I really love this color pink. Great album. My former girlfriend introduced me to her and I still listen to her. Will Joseph Cook. Wonderful. Message, Streets of Paris. Very good poppy singer-songwriter. Half Moon Run, Dark Eyes, and Sun Leads Me On. One of my all-time favorite bands, folk rock, Montreal, Canada. Gotta love it, right? This is an older one. I Like It When You Sleep by the 1975. Didn't really get many spins out of this because I realized I didn't like it when I spun it, because I hadn't listened to it online, so you really need to listen to it online before you decide if you want to buy it. Bankrupt by Phoenix. Love Phoenix, love Bankrupt. Nice themes and motifs throughout, like pentatonic scales going down, all sorts of great stuff. Love it, synth pop. And last one is Currents by Tame Impala. Thank you so much for sitting through this. I really enjoyed making this. Okay, another side note, I do not own many CDs, but I do have a Pine Grove CD. This is Cardinal. I like them a lot. A lot of kids who listen to like modern day emo revival also listen to Pine Grove, even though they're not very emo. Love Pine Grove. And we also have American Football. This is one of their EPs. I didn't have any money and I went to Bull Moose, but I had to buy something, so this was something I bought. I don't really know what to say besides that American Football is modern day emo's Big Daddy, and I'm glad they exist. Also over here we have Give Up by the Postal Service, which is, you know, amazing. I have other CDs and everything, but they're all in my car. You can definitely see this was in Salad Days by Mac DeMarco. And this was in the Fleet Foxes record. So, again, thank you for tolerating me. Thank you for looking at my records, and I hope to be making more speaking montages, videos, and less covers. Because, you know what, this is fun, and I really love hearing myself talk, I'm not gonna lie. So, thank you so much.